It's good fun. Days like these are great. You get the whole industry together, and to have, companies and corporations like Interbet and Cape Racing who are so generous with sort of time and energy into making a day like this possible is it's fantastic for everyone.
We're on to the fifth race on the program, and it jumps at 1500. That's 3 o'clock. It's the KwaZulu-Natal Stakes, listed over 1,000 meters. Before we give you our selections, we've got an interview with Jason Gates, Craig Udy, Rachel Vinegar, Peter Muscat, and Stuart Ferry.
Yeah, Princess C, she's a little soldier. She always tries her best. We're going there. She's also carrying lightweight. Yeah, she's always knocking on the door. This is a bit of a stronger field than she normally takes on, but she's proved, she's beaten the boys. She's always thereabout. If things go to plan, hopefully we can be looking at a nice little feature for her.
Sabatini, she's been improving with every run, and I think this is the race we've been programming her for. So I think she's a huge runner here.
Worship, yes, she is a good filly on her day. Not preferable that it's turf track, but I still think she'll give a good effort.
Yeah, Sasha always also been plagued with minor issues, but I think we're on top of them. I think the same sort of applies to her. The 5 furlongs will be on the sharp side for her, but I expect an encouraging run from her on.
Sweet Symphony, a nice second string to the bow, and I think she'll run a nice race. She's also was a much better run last time, and she doesn't mind Greyville, so I think another one that back into quartets.
Yeah, Diamond Golf probably a bit, not the right race, probably a bit strong, but we try and if we run third or fourth and get a bit of black type with James, it's the least free from James, so the plan is if we can run in the quartets, we'll be happy.
Bevy's Delight, she lost her way a little bit in Cape Town. For some reason she was pulling really hard there, and her first run was an exceptional run in the Fillies Championship over 1400 metres, where she did everything wrong in the run, pulled really hard but still managed to stay on for 5th place, only a few lengths off a highly rated filly. She's come back to Durban, she's strengthened immensely, she's relaxing in her work now. Sunday's trip from a deep draw is difficult for her. It's probably on the sharp side for her. So it's more of a come on run, but I expect to see her charging late.
Well, we've listened to all those interviews, and it's time to give you our selections. Now, on face value, if you study this race, the obvious choice is number 3, Time for Orchids, rated 107. And it's been running against very, very strong company. So if you go through the form lines, this horse has been running in features all the time and has run some cracking races behind some highly rated sorts. Now, Raheel, the problem for me here is the trip, 1,000 meters.
It's got to be a question mark, Devon, with this filly. But in saying that, she has won a debut over 1,100 meters. I know that was at the Val,
yes,
up the straight course. But I think that she could actually enjoy it. I think there's going to be a decent amount of pace in the race. Sean Veal's going to get a perfect toe into the race from that draw. And if this filly is even close to 100% ready, I think she'll run very, very well here. She's obviously campaigning quite nice races, group company, and she is taking a drop in class, and I feel that she's going to be competitive here. Last time out, she was drawn 14 out of 15 in that Gold Rush, beaten 6 lengths behind Royal Aussie. Now the Cape Derby winner came out from there, and that's seat again, and that was over 1,600 meters, and I just get the feel that this filly is a lot better than this field. Obviously, I understand your question marks with the trip, but I just feel ability could certainly bring her through. When you have a look at the best weighted column, she tops that, followed by Auntie Lizzie. Now, Auntie Lizzie, the question mark has got to be the turf, because she seems to be a lot better on the poly track. She does return off a rest, but the owners and Lorenzo Karim, they could have possibly been aiming her at this race. Sashay Away, we heard from Peter Muscat, along with his runner Bevy's Delight. So I think when you look past number 3, Time for Orchids, it tends to become a bit more difficult. Obviously, this filly, Princess T, she's got just 51.5 on the back, drawn in gate number 1. So what do you make of her chances?
Yeah, it must have an outside chance. For me, the way I look at it, pick 6 wise, you either take 1 pick 6 and banker number 3, Time for Orchids, because we're not quite sure whether the horse is going to take well to the trip or not. There's always going to be a question mark there. You take 1 pick 6, banker number 3, Time for Orchids, because it is the class act against this lot, and then you go the field. Take another pick 6 and go the field. That's the only way. That's the only way I think. Well, that's the way I would do it, because if the horse doesn't get the trip, then you can possibly get anything winning.
Yeah, absolutely, and it does look to be that type of race, and it's a field of 11 runners, so if you want to possibly go the field, it will cost you a bit more, but it could be the safer option in race number 5, which is the KwaZulu-Natal Stakes listed. Yeah, Time for Orchids, if she manages to see out, go well over the 1,000, then she's certainly the horse that's going to take all the beating, but Devon could have been on the right way to play this race. He could be spot on with that. Either take horse number 3 as a banker and a 1 pick 6 perm, and the other you go the field. It's a field of 11, so it's all up to you how you're going to play the 5th on the afternoon.
The betting, the not so much anymore, is more down to my own fault. I need to get studying again to get the edge back. But yeah, it's a great product. I love the exchange. It's really, in my opinion, one of the better bookmakers, if not the best bookmaker out there.